Done.
And boom. Hopefully we're live. Things change every time, and we haven't done this in about 6 months, so here's hoping it's working.
You know, maybe if we did them more often, we'd see the gradual changes, but then it's like every time we do one, we have to figure everything out all over.
Oh my god.
I think they change it like on a weekly basis, so even if we tried to do this on a weekly basis, we'd still be screwed.
Yeah. It's not broken enough yet.
It popped up.
Needs more broken.
Gotta break it more.
So, 2016 is here, and we haven't done a live stream in 6 months, although we've gamed together the most in the last 6 months that we ever have before.
I was just say before we start, did you disable the chat in the stream?
It shouldn't be. I don't even know I had an option to do that. It's not allowing people to
comment.
Yeah, it says comments are disabled for this video.
I can change that.
Okay. As I say, before you do anything,
I posted the link to the stream in the chat.
I'm looking at it.
Where
the fruit? Where do I go to change this? This is good times. Live events, maybe?
now the people get to see what happens pre-stream.
Yeah, this is fun stuff. Why is this so difficult? If I go into Video Manager, will it show up as an... Damn it. Well, this is always fun. Eating like my late supper too. Guys, while we're waiting, what are your favorite games of 2015 so far?
What, from last year?
Yeah. Bloodborne?
Whew.
Easiest game ever. It was a piece of cake.
I mean, I'm really confused. You mean 2015 or 2015?
What?
Did you say 2015 or 2016?
2015.
Okay.
What were your favorite games
From last year? Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll talk about what we're most looking forward to this year. And but you guys talk so that I can figure out how to enable the chat, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Alright, so favorite games from last year.
Yeah.
Well, definitely Bloodborne, even though that's this year.
Well, yeah,
I haven't been playing it this year or the last 20 minutes.
Games that came out in 2015 is what I meant.
Probably most underappreciated probably be Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
That game was freaking amazing.
Yeah, because I totally finished that.
So you're the one person who wanted it so badly.
Yeah,
I know.
And then me and Kyle end up finishing it before you do.
I'm brutal.
And you've had like 7 months to do so. I beat it back in like July, I think.
Yeah. I think I was back in like June, maybe July. I forget when it came out.
Even though I haven't finished it, though, I've had a ton of fun with it. I'm not sure why I haven't finished it. There's got to be a reason, but
it's
yeah.
time.
But well, because we're always grabbing all these games, and it's like some things are popping up all the time, and it's just like you start something, and then if you don't finish it, it's like sometimes it's so hard to get back to things.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But Arkham Knight would definitely be one of the games I enjoyed the most during the year.
Yeah.
Trying to think of another one.
Splatoon.
Definitely Splatoon.
Yeah.
A lot of multiplayer with that.
It says enable chat. I don't know why. It's not allowing for chat to happen.
It's still not popping up there. It's weird.
Another game that I have not finished.
Is that the road we're going down now?
I'm working my way through it.
We could be going on for hours about this.
Well, let me put. Well, I'm not sure how. I didn't finish a lot of games this year, so I started a lot of games, but I didn't finish a lot of games.
Same.
So Pretty much anything that I say is probably going to fall into that category. But
Fair enough.
probably the game I've enjoyed the most this year is probably Rise of the Tomb Raider. Even though I'm only about halfway through it, I think. So,
Yeah, I still have to start that.
I've had a lot of fun with that game. So
it's ridiculous. Well, it's more of the same from like the 2013 game. I find. I will say though that I enjoyed the first one more in terms of the locations because I think I liked being on like an island instead of where there's a bunch of snow.
Mhm.
That's like, and the other thing too is I expected a little bit more graphically from the game, but
yeah, it'll probably look better on the PS4.
because it still looks good.
Yeah, it'll look a little bit better on the PS4. It'll look even better than that on the PC when it comes out later this month, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, PC one is this month, I believe.
That's pretty cool.
Yoshi's Woolly World, I've had a ton of fun with. I'm almost through it. I've got like 4 levels left. So that's been a lot of fun. Better than I even expected, and I actually had reasonably high hopes for that game. So, yeah.
Say I enjoyed hell out of Witcher 3.
Really? So much
yeah.
that you beat it like right away, day one. I heard that you got the game day one.
I did get the game one, and I played.
Price.
I played like a whole 5 hours in the year. That's like the best 5 hours of my life.
I'm not going to give anybody a hard time about games they picked up day one and haven't beat. I have Metal Gear Solid and 5 and Fallout 4 still in their wrappers.
To be fair, you got them for
Fallout
half
4.
price, not day one though.
That's true. That's true. I got them on deals.
Exactly. So I mean,
I feel like Fallout 4 is like something I have to start next as soon as I finish Bloodborne in like a month.
I started Bloodborne too. That didn't last very long.
I didn't think that would actually.
No.
I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. Like I keep dying and dying and dying, but I keep wanting to like go back and like actually beat the monsters because you're more like learning the way they fight. You just got to like adjust and be more tactical rather than just like spamming your attack.
Yeah.
Even though the last boss, I think you saw me fighting, Kevin, I just spammed attacks and I ended up beating it by an accident. So I was just like, yes.
The setting of that game is really, really, really cool, but I have a feeling it's going to be way more frustrating than I'm probably going to be willing to put up with.
Like one point, the boss I fought this morning, I fought for like 3 days. Like I played maybe like 3 times. Like the first time I fought him, I just stopped because I was just so frustrated.
Oh
Then
my
yesterday
God.
I tried maybe like 7 or 8 times. I was like frustrated again, so I just put it down. And then I tried 2 times today, and I beat him on the second try like easily. And like that frustrated me even more that I beat him like so easily on the second try.
It's the way it goes
But
sometimes.
But sometimes it's just like you just need to put it down for a while, and then when you pick it back up, you do it again. You're like, oh, I just wasted all those hours trying to beat him. I just do it in like 5 seconds.
Yeah. So what about you, Kyle? You haven't. What games are your 2015?
Well, I'm gonna make an actual video, so I won't say exactly what's like the rankings for everything. But like we've talked about, Batman, really underappreciated because I thought that it was gonna have. It had technically a lot of hype, and then nobody really talked about it afterwards.
Yeah,
And it's weird, right?
it was weird. It released all this fanfare, and then they just kind of went out with a whimper,
Like,
after that. But it was a great game, so
It was really great.
it's really bizarre.
Oh
Kyle, you probably really like Rainbow Six, though, right?
my God, Rainbow Six, yeah.
Speech.
No, this is- you got you gotta try that, Kev.
I will.
It is really fun.
I put you on the spot. You're trying to eat.
Battlefront. I would say Battlefront actually wasn't that bad. Only when you're playing with people.
Hardline?
Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh, Battlefront. So I heard Battlefield. Sorry.
No, you're good. Like, if you're playing with people you know, Star Wars Battlefront is amazing. If you're playing by yourself, it's okay, but it can get boring really quickly if you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah, I fully agree.
I kick ass in the air squadron, the fire squadron. I love fire squadron.
That's actually my favorite too. But yeah, you are like, I don't know what it is, but you just really got good
lucky.
that one time.
Yeah.
That's not just luck game after game. I really have no idea how to. It says chat is disabled for this live stream, but I didn't choose to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I will. And then I have two options to go to live control or live events control. And all I want to do is I just want to be like, okay, allow them to do chat, but it says it's so stupid. God, I hate when they change shit up like this.
Wait, do you have to actually enable it via YouTube? Not
Somewhere,
from Google Hangout?
I think so. I mean, I don't think I have an option in here, do I?
Because you should have an option from where it says, like, when you actually go to, like, the video manager, and it says live streaming. I'm pretty sure it should give you an option to, like, to edit it.
That's what I'm trying to do, and it's not letting me. Like, it's not showing up in my video manager. I don't think they showed up before, though. They only show up afterwards once they're done.
Maybe.
I'll look again. Yeah, no. It's not showing up.
Another game that I... Sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Another game that I got a little bit of time with, and I want to play more of it because I really enjoyed what I did, was Until Dawn.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that that one could be like easily in what would be a top 10 or something like that, but I just haven't played enough of it. I'm not really sure what my top 10 would be. I'm not sure I played enough games far enough this year, like aside from maybe multiplayer games, like
most years.
Well,
let's just say you started Until Dawn already?
I was playing it at a friend's house.
Okay.
So it wasn't the start actually, which is kind of unfortunate. I was playing.
Wasn't there like a jump scare galore? I heard about it.
I could see that.
There was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it looks like it looked really, really cool. I played the first episode of Life is Strange, which I enjoyed as well, and I want to play the rest of those. But I'm going to wait and get the pack when it comes out. I think that comes out this month too.
Yep, January.
So, and that's going to be relatively cheap. So I'm probably going to pick that up. I would imagine that's going to be like a $30 thing, sort of like the Telltale games when they get packaged and put out. So
I really want to get that too, just because of the whole like story element to it. Like I really like those type of games.
I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just I'm really trying to fix this chat thing, and it's.
No, it's okay. I mean, yeah. Yeah, because what screen you're at now? Are you at the part that says like it's on live right now and it's showing the stream?
Sorry, what?
Like when you're in the Creator Studio on the left, where it says stream now, or something like that.
Okay, hold on.
Or
Like
if it's showing you stream. Yeah, on YouTube.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that's where it's disabled at, not from the Hangout.
I'm trying to do it through there, but it's not letting me.
No events or anything like that that show the stream?
No. Well, there's one that does, but it's just analytics, and I think it's because I'm looking like Google. I think because that we went through Google Hangouts, YouTube is allowing us to put it up, but it's not realizing that this isn't a YouTube live stream. So I'm just saying enable it. Like there's a place that says I can. There was a place that I was able to. It shows this live stream and it says enable. The chat is enabled.
Okay.
So I have no idea why it's not allowing it. Yeah, this is really. Don't like this. New live now. Can I edit this? Basic info? That's stupid. I'm sorry. This is like every live stream ever. It's like always the beginning. It's just, oh, we're having problems. Although this is really bad. This is
this is kind of ridiculous.
Like, usually we've got ourselves mostly sorted by the time we get here.
Yeah, but I didn't think that this would be a problem. I assumed that. God, I'm gonna not enable chat and see if that fixes things.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I have no idea.
At least with you guys really enjoyed Destiny this year, right? Well, last year. Since you finally got to play through it.
Yeah.
Destiny was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, for me to play through a game like that and basically say that I didn't hate it is pretty high praise.
You mostly hate games?
Like shooters?
I tend to not enjoy shooter games unless there's something a little different to them, which I'm not sure I'd say Destiny was overly different, but the level up and everything was kind of cool. So there was something that I could kind of grab onto there, and even I thought the shooting mechanics in that worked a lot better than some of the other things that we've played.
Yeah, and it did feel, to me, it felt a lot different than most games that I've played that are first-person shooters. I mean, they're just adding in RPG elements. I've never really seen that too much in first-person shooters. I haven't played Borderlands, and I heard that that's a little bit similar to Destiny.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think for me, it's the RPG elements are a big part of it, but the cooperative portion, like being that I wasn't going into like death matches and stuff like that. I think that's what more appealed to my side of things.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of us against a bunch of computer-generated people, and this is going to sound hilarious probably to some people, but I feel like I actually stand somewhat of a chance against computers.
Compared to people?
Yeah. I just don't play enough, and I'm not really particularly good, so.
That's like one reason probably like I'm most interested in like The Division. That's coming out in like 2 months now.
Yeah.
It finally has a release date. Just because I saw a trailer for it like earlier this morning, like they had like a preview for the beta people were playing.
Yeah.
And they finally showed actual gameplay for it, and it actually looks pretty good. Because they have the cooperative stuff like Destiny, there's leveling up, it's just in like a third-person view.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have like a PvP, PvE areas where you can go to, so it's kind of like MMO elements mixed in with it. But it looks really cool.
They hadn't shown any of that, or I had never seen any of that before, and that sounds like really good. Like, I used to have a pre-order for it, but I don't anymore.
I just pre-ordered it just so I could get the beta code.
Oh, nice.
And if I like it, I'll keep it on pre-order. If I don't, I'll just cancel it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like simple as that.
Why is this not working? Broadcast. I'm sorry, I'm still fiddling with this. Okay, so last year I really enjoyed Batman, which we've talked about. Batman. I want to try out 2 games that I really want to play, or 3 games rather that I really want to play before I make my top 10 is Halo 5, which I'll beat in like 2 seconds. Xenoblade Chronicles, which I'll beat when I'm retired, and The Witcher 3, which I'll beat in about a year. So those games, I at least want to dabble in Xenoblade Chronicles and The Witcher 3. If I can get like 10 hours into each game, which is still just the bare minimum, at least I can kind of say what I felt during those first 10 hours. So those 3 I really want to play. I enjoyed Yoshi, but I don't know if it's going to make the top 10. It's not that I'm getting bored of platformers, it's just that that's a lot of what Nintendo does for the side-scrolling. Like, it's still a good side-scrolling game.
It's got some cool mechanics that, like, say, Mario obviously doesn't do. But yeah, I can see, people having a certain amount of, like, platformer fatigue to an extent when it comes to Mario, like, not Mario, but Nintendo platformers.
Side-scrolling, yeah. Side-scrolling, because 3D platformers are completely different, and if it was the case.
And let's be honest, we haven't really got one of those in a while. Like
A 3D platformer?
like
No.
a good 3D
Like a
platformer.
Super Mario Galaxy kind of platformer, you mean?
Yeah, he sort of leads into something that I was thinking about earlier, but
Yeah. Well, they had Super Mario 3D World, but that was still
Yeah.
more
it was
like
kind
a
of a
side
blending.
scroller than a 3D game.
It
Yeah,
was
it
a
was like
combination of both.
yeah, it was taking, like the kind of closed box sort of very linear. Like how Mario games are always linear, but like I don't know, it was like
It was more linear than most 3D Marios were.
yeah.
Correct.
I would really love to see something that would go back to closer to what Mario 64 was.
Yeah. Well,
That's the dream. Mario 64 is still probably my all-time favorite.
I'm fine with the galaxies. But have you guys frig, I lost my train of thought. Damn it. What was I gonna say? God damn it. Oh, totally unrelated, but Kev, your voice sounds a little bit robotic right now. Does it sound like that to you, TJ?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a
Really?
little bit. Yeah.
No,
Now
it's
it's
back to
fine.
normal. You sounded like a combination of Darth Vader or I guess Kylo Ren.
That's kind of awesome. I wish it would always do that. I'm gonna maybe I should switch microphones. Hang on.
It's fine right now. We'll let you know if it changes again.
Okay, this is the microphone from like my my headphones, but I actually have probably a better microphone in the webcam.
Well, it's sounding fine right now, so I wouldn't change it. God damn it! I really wish the chat could happen right now.
It freaking work. Like, there's like no option under events or anything like that, or like where it shows the stream. There's like no option to enable it.
Not really. Well, there's the one place, but it says the chat is enabled. Like, it's so freaking stupid. It doesn't make any sense. What am I doing? Never mind. Hold on. I'll try again. Control room. Another game that so Rainbow Six I really like too. I really like the Rainbow Six. You have to kind of like Battlefront, which I also really enjoyed. I like the aspect that if you know the people and you have a really solid team that knows what the hell they're doing, it is so ridiculously fun. It is like even if you're just playing against AI and you're working together, because it's like you die and you're done. You have to sit out the entire round, so you really want to stay alive or keep your other people alive too. So I really like the strategy that's involved because you really have to work as a cohesive unit to get things accomplished in that game. If you go solo, you're basically screwed, and you're screwing your teammates as well.
Oh, I sound like a massive anchor in this game then.
All right, now you sound like a mechanical Kylo Ren.
Ah, Jesus.
Sounds kind of cool right there.
All right, so this is my microphone.
It's not normal again.
All right, well, I switched my microphone to my webcam one, so hopefully.
Can you say I'm your father?
No. I'm incapable.
Now let's see if that fixed it. Why are comments disabled? This is so stupid. This is upsetting. Sorry about that. What else did I really like last year? Splatoon. My God, I really enjoyed Splatoon. That was just.
We haven't played that in like a long time to either. Like,
yeah.
We really need to play that again.
Yeah, it seems crazy that it's been so long since we played, actually.
We played on a constant basis that game because it was freaking fun.
It was amazing.
Yeah. It's just so nice to actually have another Nintendo game that is a new IP and that's very different. It's not a platformer. I am so happy that it wasn't a scrolling platform.
Well, I mean, actually, if you really think about like the campaign in Splatoon, it was kind of like a platformer.
Yes, no, but it was a 3D platformer, not a side-scrolling platformer. That's what I meant. Sorry. Which Kevin, you need to play at some point.
Yeah,
that's probably not.
You'll beat that in like less than half a day.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours, dude. Like it'll take you about 2 weeks to beat it.
I know, right? That sounds probably pretty accurate.
I feel so bad at hitting me at the last second. I'm like, oh yeah, I get it.
Like you have a chance of beating that game this year.
Oh, let's not get carried away.
Might lead into 2017 when another new Star Wars movies comes out.
The funny thing is, I actually probably beat more games last year than I have in quite a few. But the thing is, I played a lot of smaller games, and I played a lot of games that are on like Nintendo and stuff, where you really actually don't really see anything from beating those because they don't have an achievement system or anything like that.
Yeah,
true.
Because I beat a few games on there, and I'm almost done Yoshi as well. And yeah, I still beat a few Telltale games this year as well. Not that that's any big accomplishment, but
I would consider that an accomplishment.
well,
I mean, I beat a Wolf Among Us.
yeah. I mean, like
That
it's still. I just mean there's no skill involved. Like you.
I mean,
kind of, if it's point and click,
like you could choose the wrong thing, like say the wrong thing, and then
true.
in the end it could be a really bad ending or a good ending.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, what happened?
is it black?
Silver Cow Games has added YouTube. What the hell does that mean?
Use app.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if this.
Oh, I'm like.
Trying to fix it so we can enable.
Whoa.
This is not at all what I wanted.
No. But
Silver Kyle is hacking the system.
Oops.
Nope,
What the? I don't want to. How do I get out of this?
Oh, weird.
Bad idea.
Genius.
Is it what's it showing in the live stream? Is it still us?
Yeah, it's still us.
Okay, well that's good at least.
Just no chat box.
Sorry. Save playlist.
I finally did play Banjo-Kazooie. That was a nice little accomplishment.
Yeah.
Okay, was that upsetting that like Rare Replay, which is an awesome idea, but like all the big games that you really wanted are not on the physical format at all? Like if you bought it physically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a download thing.
It's kind of annoying. Like I don't understand.
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't fully understand why they didn't package them in there. Like you're telling me there's no way they couldn't fit them all on the disc. Like it's a Blu-ray, and a lot of these are old games.
Exactly.
Like even the 64 games, like we're talking like those ROMs. Like if you download a ROM or something for like a 64 game, they're freaking tiny.
Yeah, I know. They're to be fair, they're the Xbox 360 like re-releases, although they're still pretty damn small. So it didn't really make sense. And honestly, they could have packaged it with two discs.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I just feel bad. It'd only be like one game out of like the 30 or something they offer. Like I said, I got like 29 other ones to go.
I played a bunch of them, but I didn't. Like I beat Banjo again, and I beat Banjo Tooie again. And
see, you accomplished stuff. Just
I actually forgot I even played those. I started playing Jet Force Gemini.
Did you play it after the update?
No, it was one of the first things I did.
Oh, okay, because I know they fixed it after the update, so like targeting and everything's fixed.
Oh, okay, cool. That would be good.
That was like one reason why I didn't play it, because I was trying to play it before and it felt so unplayable.
To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure that game aged very well to start with.
No, it didn't. I was actually trying to play it before. I'm like, how do I play this again? What am I doing?
And there was a certain amount of that was definitely going to happen with that collection. I got it for the Banjo games.
I figured.
I mean, I got more for Jet Force Gemini, but I just couldn't get into it. I actually kind of want to play Conker's Bad Fur Day again.
Oh yeah, right, Conker too.
I've not played it in years.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm wondering, is it like the original Conker's Bad Fur Day, or is it more like Reloaded?
It's the original one from the 64.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Great mighty poo. through.
Oh god, yeah.
Love that game.
I can only, we're gonna have to figure out how to do live streams on YouTube because that's apparently where I can enable chat. For whatever reason, it does not allow me to do this in here. This is sad.
Kind of defeats the purpose a little bit, but
to an extent, yeah.
To an extent. That Xenoblade box behind you looks awesome, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, thank you.
I have mine at the top of my stand. It's
trying to like position it so that it catches the light correctly. I need a better. Not the lighting in here. Yeah, there you go. That is.
Yeah.
And then move this guy.
See that in your Legend of Heroes box, very shiny.
It is insanely shiny, and then the amiibos are shining up here too. I'm
that as like a good thing though.
Oh.
Those amiibos look huge, by the way. Like, what's going on there?
What kind of amiibo is that?
Which amiibo?
Like Luigi and Yoshi and Mario.
These are just like little guys. They're not amiibos.
Okay. Because I was like, that's a freaking huge amiibo.
Yeah, I'm like, did you custom it? Or?
Yeah, I did. I got the new. They're coming out later on this year in 2016 when the NX is released. These are the NX amiibos.
Oh, dude. Maybe like an early preview or something?
Yeah, I'm part of that program where I get stuff. You know, Reggie talks to me on a constant basis. He keeps trying to call me all the time.
We want
Let's play Splatoon, and I'm like, fuck off, Reggie. Totally unrelated to video games completely. But do you guys know the YouTuber Nicole Arbor?
No.
Dear Fat People?
Oh,
that bitch.
I saw that video, I think.
Which one?
She basically, here's the story with Nicole Arbor. I just want to take 2 seconds of this because I need to get it off my chest, and these live streams seem to be the place that I do that in. So this girl, she's been on YouTube for 8 years, had maybe 5,000 subscribers, if that, and like really pretty much got this traction that I get from YouTube, but she started dating a guy who had like 1 million subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
She kept just kind of adding him. His name's Matthew Centauro. He does like top 10 videos of just like completely random stuff. Like the creepy stuff is usually what he gets the most views on, or really weird stuff. Anyway, he's Canadian too, and she's Canadian, which is unfortunate. And anyway, she gives us a really bad name. But anyway, she started dating him, and I knew as soon as she attached herself to him that she was going to try to become popular through him, because that's the only way she could make it. And finally, it started happening. But he broke up with her because he saw that she's a horrible person. And then she kind of got a little bit more popular, like maybe 50 to 100,000 subscribers, but she still wasn't getting a lot of views. She was getting more than she was before because she was only getting still under like 1,000 or 1,000 views max. And her videos are like a slutty Santa Claus. It's like every year she would have a slutty Santa Claus to get views because she would wear like a lot of revealing clothes. Yes, but it didn't work. Like it wasn't working for her. So she dates this guy, gets popular somewhat, and then with that little bit of an audience that she got from there, it wasn't working out enough, so she started doing controversial videos, starting with Dear Fat People. So now all she does is like, what's wrong with abortions, what's wrong with black people. All she's doing is controversial videos because that's the only way she can get money for ad revenue. Now recently, the guy that she was dating, Matthew Centauro, released a video about bullying and about like abuse, and basically he was abused by her. He says that he was in a relationship. He doesn't say her name specifically, and in his video he has like links in the bottom, and he says that like nobody talks about guy abuse. Nobody talks about, you know, guys getting abused, and it does happen. And it's really messed up that this society doesn't allow this, yada, yada, yada. He has a bunch of links in the description box that, like, for help, and he basically did it so that so other people can see that guys do go through this. And in his video, he doesn't monetize it because he's not a douchebag. And then she makes a video afterwards saying her side of the story, and she's like, he didn't say my name, and I broke up with him when she made a specific video like 6 months ago when they actually broke up, for him to take her back, and she just lies through her teeth for everything, and she monetizes the video too because she knows that that's a way that she can earn money. It's just she's a horrible person, and the more that you know about this story, it's just she lies and she cares for money, and she goes for the most controversial things because it's the only way that she can get attention and money. And I hate her. She's
So in other
everything
words-
wrong.
So
Go
in
ahead.
other words, like this is like a public service sort of, don't view her channel sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. And there's like her
I feel like
videos.
her channel.
Yes. Her.
I'm going to find her channel so I can not watch it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the best thing
And
that you can
now
do.
I
I
know.
don't like. Do not watch her videos at all because like all she's doing is she's making money through that, and it doesn't matter how many negative votes that she gets because it's always like 10%.
They won't care. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't care because all she cares about is money and to an extent fame. But it's all like you read the comments and everybody freaking hates her. And she always says that she's like, well, I'm allowed to get away with like saying these kinds of things. She ended up being on The View because the Dear Fat video got so much traction that CNN reported it and The View brought her on and they destroyed her. The View destroyed her. Like that's how bad it is.
Good.
So yeah, it's pretty damn good. And it's anyway. You can watch that video because it's just on The View. It's not her getting that monetized. But it's just she's just a horrible person. So it's like if anybody can learn anything from this is don't watch her videos, no matter how stupid she is. And she always says that she can get away with it because she's a comedian and entertainer, yada yada yada. She says a bunch of things that she is, and everybody always says you're none of these things. Like she's not funny, she's not sexy, she's dumb, she's just a money whore, and I hate her.
Yeah. She's like the YouTube Kim Kardashian.
Yes, but see, Kim Kardashian does things that are controversial in terms of like because she just reveals herself, but like it's not. She doesn't do really really dumb things, and she doesn't try to like spark. Well, to the extent that Nicole Arbor does.
I won't know until I say.
Fair enough.
I won't watch it though.
You watch-
But I won't watch
Yeah,
it.
no, I'd rather you didn't. It's like all her videos are just so like I like how can she have a video like what I hate about black people and like what I hate about abortions and like, dear fat people and it's just everything and she has a lisp too and it just I don't it doesn't make any sense. Just don't watch her videos. That's all I wanted to say.
I think I watched part of that Dear Fat People one just because it was like blowing up. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
At the time, and I turned it off. I was just like, seriously.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't take her seriously because I think that at this point she realizes that she can make enough money to live off of this because I don't think she ever has before. But the only way that she can do that is to be extremely controversial. She's tried everything else, and it never worked for her because she's not. For whatever reason, it doesn't work for her. I will admit she's not a bad-looking person, but like maybe it's because of her personality. But like it just never worked, and the only way for her to get it is to be controversial. And then now probably she's like, oh, I don't care. But it's just sometimes she lies, and I'm like, I know that she knows she's lying, but does she know that not her fans, does she know that the people that she's talking to know that she's lying because like she
You're having it.
Yeah. Oh God. Anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest. Thank you for allowing me to do so.
You're welcome.
I try not to rage as much as I did for like that Sony E3 cartoon comic book piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much every live stream, somebody here goes on a tangent about something that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. At least the Sony thing
Yeah.
was like generally on topic.
Well, the thing is that it was on topic because
There
it
we
was
go.
about E3, but it was off topic because it had nothing to do with fucking games.
Still better than Wonder Book.
No, Wonder Book was at least somewhat a game.
Wonder Book was the stupidest piece of shit I've ever saw. I'm sorry.
It was stupid as hell, but at least it was a game.
Very stupid.
But it was a game.
Who bought it?
Eh,
Who
I don't
watched
know
that
if it-
cartoon?
I
Is
don't
it even?
honestly know if
I
it
did.
ever
I
made
got
it
forced to watch
market.
it during the stream.
Did that?
I don't. Sorry.
Did that comic book show even show up?
Actually, which comic book are we talking about?
Remember
Oh,
at
that
E3,
one. Okay,
there
never
was
mind.
like a comic book show that they were like talking about.
I just assumed it got canned.
I think they were calling it Powers.
It was like one of
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah, something about superheroes.
But I was making the same sort of argument with the Wonder Book. I was like, did that thing even come out to market? I think they realized how stupid of an idea it was and then bailed on it completely.
Yeah, I could see that happening too.
Like, I don't think it came out. I don't know of it coming out anywhere.
Sony's like, okay, we're gonna have this awesome E3, so we got like 90% of it done. We got 10%. Let's try a few different things and see if it flies. Every year they like try to sneak it in.
Yeah, we're gonna pack a room with a couple thousand 30-year-old men and show off Wonder Book, Harry Potter.
Great idea. Great
Yeah.
idea.
That's
I
phenomenal.
got nothing to go about this year, so I'll just do that.
Like, there's a time and a place for products like that.
Nintendo Wii,
That's not it.
PlayStation Move, and R1 glows.
Since we're kind of talking about E3 from previous years, this year's E3, Nintendo has to have an actual E3 event,
They need to bring it.
especially.
Oh yeah, this
especially-
year, like it has to.
Yes.
Period.
And they're
they don't,
guaranteed
then-
they're not going to. They're not going to.
No, they'll do it direct.
Yeah. Which will be viewed by 400,000 people.
They'll fuck it up.
They're going to have Nicole Arbor hosting.
I have enormous faith in Nintendo to fuck it up.
And they're going to be like, by the way, Sony scrapped this idea, but we thought it was great. This new cartoon called Powers, we're restarting it. We're funding it.
This is what the NX is. It's basically a whole system built off the Wonder Book concept.
Where you can watch Powers as well.
Yeah, there's gonna be a Powers Wonder Book, or a whole series of Powers Wonder Books. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I shouldn't be, but I am legitimately excited to find out what the hell NX is.
That's all I care about. I want to know. Well, we'll know. I think what, end of March. What
Yeah,
the concept is.
Yeah, we'll know soon. At least what the concept is. That's what everybody seems to say.
I'm scared. I'm honestly scared because Nintendo always tries to innovate, and obviously it sounds like they're going to try to do it with the NX as well. Because if they're revealing what the concept is, it shows that it's not like a normal console or a handheld, right? And I have no idea what the fuck that is, and I don't think that there's anything that I would really be interested in at this point, other than virtual reality. That's the only thing that I would be excited for. Can you imagine, though, if we're getting close to virtual reality, if Nintendo has figured out a way to have a console do this correctly, and they're going to be supporting and creating software for it, that would actually be really good virtual reality. It'd be like Nintendo making
VR
games.
Zelda. It's like
Right?
You've been doing the entire time.
I think that they'd start off slow because I think that they wouldn't be able to create an amazing game. It would be like kind of like the first Wii games, you know, how you could it was so cool, like playing bowling or something, very basic.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be
That was
kind of
cool. I liked it. Hey, Take It was awesome.
I feel like banking on VR might be a really risky bet for Nintendo to make, though. As cool as it would be, because with PlayStation VR coming out this year, are people gonna want to go the Nintendo route when they can? Like, there's already 36 million PlayStation VRs. I mean, PlayStation 4s out there.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't see. Zelda VR would sell more than any other game VR. If the people had.
Like if they sold the VR with Zelda as a bundle.
Yeah, type of thing. Still, Nintendo, I think, has just lost a lot. I think it goes back and forth. I think that, like, all of a sudden there's, like, you know, Xbox 360 did amazingly well. compared to the PS3 eventually caught up, but like they go into like Nintendo does really awesome at the beginning in the '90s, and then in the 2000s they didn't really good until the DS and the Wii, which so like it's hit and miss. And then PS4. I don't think anybody really expected Sony to be the leader. I think people expected Microsoft. Microsoft just shot themselves in the foot with their E3 conference.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't make any sense how so many people that are small-time YouTubers or small-time bloggers or something like that understand what the people want, like what the fan base wants, yet the people that are in charge of these companies that are billion-dollar companies have no fucking clue sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't hire like one or two people that say, this is a good idea, this will do well, and then other people that can say like, no, that's a horrible idea. Wonderbook will not work.
Yeah, no, seriously. But it's nice to know that they have somebody like Phil Spencer at least running the Xbox division now, because he's like,
yes,
he gets it.
Yeah.
Or at least he certainly appears to get it, and he's made a lot of good moves really since he took over.
My God, it's night and day. Yeah.
But the damage was really done, but the funny thing is, the damage was done. The Xbox is recuperating. I mean, the Xbox One, and it's still outselling the 360 at their respective times in their life cycle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's outselling the 360's pace by, I think, I don't know exactly what the numbers were, but I don't think the 360 hit like 15 million until somewhere late in the second year.
15 were what?
I think the Xbox One is close to 20 now.
Okay.
I don't think it's quite at 20, but like honestly, we're never really gonna know Microsoft unless they somehow like put on the jets and just catch the PS4, which I don't think anybody really expects to happen.
No. I think Xbox is just saving its name until the next console. Do you guys? Everybody keeps talking. I see so many. Everybody talking that like everybody thinks that like this is the last era of like physical games, and I really don't think that that's the case. I think that if the next console that comes out, whether it be the NX or whatever, if the NX is actually considered like the next generation, or if it's still part of this generation, I don't know what the hell's going to happen there. But I'm talking about the next generation after this. If somebody tries to go all digital, it's going to fail. We're not ready. Like the market is not ready for this at all.
Yeah, I would agree. I think people will look at what Microsoft did to themselves because really, if you look at it, the Xbox One was really designed to be a digital console.
Yes,
correct. Whether it came out physical or not, there were always going to be physical releases, but it was geared to be a digital console. And I don't know if anybody's going to want to make that same kind of a bet, because clearly there were a lot of things that backfired, but that's kind of one of the talking points that really sunk Microsoft at the start. Mm-hmm. I think there's a chance that the NX might go heavily on digital, but I think...
oh my God, they're going to fail already, right from the get-go. If they decide to do that, they're going to fail.
I don't think they're going to cut out a physical format. I think they're going to cut out an optical drive, though. I think we're going to be looking at some form of not a cartridge, but I think some sort of like a flash media.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's the way that they might go.
I really don't. I really think that people will be fine with that because I think people just care about having like a copy in their hands and a case. They want a case and something in their hands that they can like say, this is the game, and I'm gonna go play it over at this place, or I'm gonna sell this game. That means a lot.
They want to feel like they own it, not
just
be there digitally.
Yeah, because the thing with Nintendo is they've never, or I shouldn't say never, but the last X number of years, the last couple generations, they've never really been the company that wants to basically push the frontier of things. Like digital download is eventually the future of consoles. Like I don't think anybody really disagrees with that, even if we don't want it necessarily. But sooner or later, everybody's connections are going to get up to a point and everything, and they won't do it anymore. They'll just phase out the physical media. But I don't think Nintendo is going to be the one to push that. They tend to trail.
You're saying that eventually it's going to go all digital?
I have a hard time imagining it not.
I'm not sure about next generation, possibly the generation afterwards. I could see. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel we're like, to me. I kind of agree with Kyle. Like, I don't feel we're ready yet. Like, if they
No.
the Xbox One clearly, even though it's still in the way, it's still technically digital, considering you're still putting the disc in and still have to download the game, which is really stupid.
I
You should be
agree.
able to just put the disc in and be able to play it. That's all you should be able to do.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But at the same time, I also understand that the games are so freaking big that you kind of have to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's two sides to it. Like, I understand that, yeah, I want my physical copy, but if that means that I have to download the game, like, once I get, like, install the game, basically, like, it's a PC game, basically, I'm okay with that, because I understand that the game is, like, freaking huge, and they still gave me a physical game.
If we're being realistic as well, like, part of the draw of having physical media is being able to play the game after the system is no longer necessarily supported, right?
Yeah.
But I think the problem that we're going to run into, and it's going to be a big issue with this gen going forward. It was a little bit probably last as well, but this gen for sure is going to be huge. When this generation starts to go, and those servers and everything are no longer available from the companies, there's pretty much every game these days comes out with day one patches and lots of patches thereafter. These games are not going to be the clean running game that they're supposed to be on disc.
I agree. What I want is I want companies to realize this, and I want that especially if they decide to go the digital route, then you're even screwed even more so, right? I mean, yes, we're going to be screwed a little bit because of the patches that are going to be existing out there that we won't have access to anymore. But a digital game, you're going to be even more screwed. Like if you only have like a 1 terabyte drive or something, or even like if you have quite a few terabytes, you can only store so many games. So you're going to be missing out on so many games. And if that hard drive goes, then you can't access any of those games at all, whether they're glitchy or not. So what I'm hoping is that companies realize this and they put up options like on their websites where you can just put in a USB and download a patch or the game itself if you can prove that you bought it, like having a code or something like that comes in with every game that you buy. So you can still access either the patches or the game itself if you bought it digitally. So you can kind of always have it. I don't think they're ever going to do that because, I mean, it's wasted money. But if they ever did, that would be freaking awesome.
It seems like we're headed for a really messy future in terms of trying to play the games that we're playing today 10 years from now.
Yeah. Sure. The thing that I'm worried about is that how do you preserve, like, you know, like how people, like, I want to preserve video games to an extent. I want there to be, like, 10 years down the line, this is the games that I was playing and the people were playing in the 90s, the 80s, the 2000s. But the other thing too is that, like, obviously, like, some old games, like in 100 years from now, like Atari games are not going to be working anymore, no matter how pristine you kept that cartridge or whatever the hell it is. But it's still, I don't know. I don't have to worry about 100 years from now.
I feel like the onus is going to be on the platform developers to continue to provide a way to at least emulate those games forward into the future platforms.
Because that's at least what I like about the Xbox One with what they're doing with their backwards compatibility. At least they have a method right now just so you can at least play your 360 games without having to repurchase them. You can still use your old disc, or you can still actually digitally download the ones you already have back on the Xbox One, which is nice.
That to me is where I'm completely comfortable with them using the internet and downloading to play a game. Like what originally the Xbox One was supposed to be like that. But for playing older games, I am completely cool with that, and that's what I hope that they continue doing. For constant, I don't think they're going to do it for the Xbox original, but still, I mean that's a step in the right direction, and I hope that they continue doing that. It'd be cool if.
Phil Spencer has indicated that they're looking into bringing the original Xbox games to the backwards compatibility. Yeah,
I saw that too, but I think that right now that they have a team specifically doing 360, so I think that it's 360 takes priority. I mean, eventually if they catch up, but I mean, there's so many freaking 360 games, right?
Yeah, I think if they can keep I think one of the big things going forward is that they need to pick an architecture for the consoles, and they need to stick to it. None of this flip-flopping every generation between x86 and PowerPC-based consoles, because every time you do that, you screw your backwards compatibility from the previous generation. To an extent, anyways. Like they can always be emulated, but it's a major problem. Like the Xbox 360 was a PowerPC based console. Now they're trying to emulate that on an x86. If the next Xbox or the next PS4 for that matter, or the next PlayStation is x86 or x64 or whatever you want to call it, if it maintains whatever the previous was, then all of a sudden everything becomes way simpler in terms of trying to bring that catalog forward with you through the generations. They need to pick somewhere, and they need to stay there.
I had no idea about any of that. That's actually really interesting. That makes this all makes more sense now. Thank you for explaining that, Kevin. Did you know about this, Jason?
A little bit, but
it's
not as expert on that subject.
It's a bit of a mess because like the way programs are executed on the device, on the machines, it's totally different.
Yeah.
So if they basically say we are an x86 platform from this point forward, and there's really no reason not to do that because they're essentially computers. So why would you move away from if you're basically a computer clone? Why would you move away from the dominant computer platform? You would build off the same chips. It makes more sense to me.
Because honestly, that's how I feel about the Xbox One. I feel like it's just like a small little box computer. Because it feels a lot like a Windows 10 computer. Like if you're navigating, especially the old menus with the whole like Windows tiles they had. Even now they still have the Windows tiles kind of like that. And they have the Xbox, the Xbox app that's on Windows 10. If you click it, it's pretty much just Xbox One, just without the games. But you can still stream them and stuff like that. But it still doesn't work that well.
Yeah, like it's not a direct move. Like if they say, okay, Xbox One was, this, and then they say Xbox, we'll just call it Xbox 2. Xbox 2 is going to be so stupid.
It does, but it's probably what's going to happen. We went from Xbox to Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox 4. No, Xbox 5 is going to be the next one.
Or
it'll be like Xbox like.
Or they should just go with the name that everybody seemed to like, which I think was Xbox Infinity. Like,
they should start calling it. Don't go with the numbers anymore. If you've screwed it up already.
And because the Xbox Infinity was still going to be like the kind of
180,
like the loop, right? That kind of looks like it's not weighs 8. I was like,
that does look pretty cool.
That's freaking awesome. That's what I think they should have done. But anyways, my point was.
Your voice is back to normal. Sorry, I think it's your internet connection.
Get me.
I don't think it's your mic because I think that every once in a while it goes dark, and I think that's when we're losing your connection. So I think it's your connection.
Possibly. I got to prove my wireless router is kind of garbage. I'm gonna probably replace it. So it might just be the signal up the stairs to my bedroom.
Yeah.
But even if they go like x86, x64 architecture for the next Xbox. It's not a slam dunk that they can move everything from Xbox One with no work. There's still going to be work to emulate certain portions, but the amount of work required to basically bring the entire they could probably do hardware backwards compatibility as long as they stay on the same platform.
Yeah.
And that's huge because then everything works from Xbox One, and I think the PlayStation 4 will probably go the same route. I think these things are going to look a lot more like computers going forward, at least from a hardware standpoint.
And I'm okay with that. If it makes it easier for them, do it, freak.
It's easier for developers too because then you're not creating a PC port or you're not creating a console port. You're creating one game essentially. They're still ports, but they're generally similar.
Because even Steam's even doing that now. Like with Valve, they have the Steam boxes where they have Anywhere's making them. A bunch of other companies are making them, but essentially they're just computers that can run your Steam games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is your guess, Kyle, that you think the NX is going to be something around virtual reality, or is that just a
No,
wild stab?
that's my hope because it's the only thing that if they go innovative, which I think that they're going to, because it seems like it's really unless it's going to be like a combination of a handheld and a console, because
That's what I
there's
think it's going to be.
yeah, there's two things. There's two things that I would be happy with if Nintendo goes the innovative route, which I think they are. One of them is virtual reality because that's the only thing that I would actually care about afterwards. That doesn't give me a controller in my hand. The
Hmm.
other one would be, basically, I think it's going to be like, because if you think about the 3DS, while it's amazing, it is 5 years old now.
Hmm.
So I think that at the end of 2016, the Wii U's failing, so they're going to combine them both, and it's going to be kind of like what the Wii U is, and you're going to have a controller that's essentially like the 3DS, and that you can take it with you and play your games fully on it. I think it's going to be like a like an XL. I think that instead of the Wii U gamepad, you're going to have something that looks exactly like this, and
And it
that's
docks.
yes, exactly, and that you can play these games specifically like on your TV.
It's not a
Um,
bad idea.
yeah, it's basically they've kind of done it with the PlayStation TV, right, for the Vita. It's just that every game would be supported on this, and I think that I think that that wouldn't be bad.
I think that would be actually like I was sort of talking about it a little bit with Jason when he was playing Bloodborne. I was talking about it.
Were you talking about Zelda?
Oh, I talked a little bit about Zelda, but I was talking more about the NX in general. Um,
Wait, just a quick 5 minutes, and then I gotta end this. So
yeah, right. Um,
you were talking about the
basically,
NX. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, basically, I was saying, that I hope, I have a feeling that I'm going to be disappointed in that it won't, like, that it probably won't be the console hybrid handheld thing, but I really want it to be that because to me it makes like so much sense for Nintendo to go down that path
Yeah.
because like and actually there's some things that sort of indicate that they might actually be doing that. I know in the last year they've merged their console and handheld development teams into one location.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. Oh man, that's interesting.
Um,
I'm
so
just,
what's that? Because my thoughts are, if you're not splitting your development time and resources between two different platforms, not only do you create a more consistent pipeline of video games coming out because your games are all coming out on one focused system.
yeah,
Like obviously once the Wii U and the 3DS die, they have to continue to support those for a while.
yeah,
But really, then you're focused on a single platform. You're satisfying your handheld gamers and your console gamers.
yeah.
But because you have all of these games being pumped out like pretty furiously, you would think, 'cause they make a lot of games.
They do.
Um,
Yeah.
and if they're able to do that and satisfy all of these IPs within one system, then in theory, it opens up a ton of opportunity for them to start developing new IPs.
They, they would basically they'd basically get the entire they'd get the entire handheld market because there's nobody else out there that can compete with them. Sony tried and they've failed twice basically. PSP didn't do as bad, but basically they were just buying the handheld itself and not specifically the software. So they'll just destroy it again with the handheld, and then they also basically can. Oh, by the way, you can play like these bigger games too. But it's not gonna. I think that it's gonna be like you buy one game and you can play it on your NX and as a handheld, but also play it on your TV. So they'd win that market directly, and
Mhm.
indirectly they'd be also competing with the PS4 and Xbox One, which is that's insane. Like that's insane. If they can do this correctly,
Yeah.
they'd be I think more successful than Sony and Microsoft.
And the cool thing too is I think developers would eat it up in terms of third parties because you create
Yep.
one game and you'd have two platforms essentially,
Yep.
but it's one platform, but it's kind of two platforms.
I
Um,
think. I think. Go ahead.
No, that's okay.
I think it would be kind of like how the Vita you can play you can play PlayStation 4 games on the Vita.
Hmm.
I think that basically they'd just be creating these games that are going to look amazingly well on the NX that are up to par with PS4 and Xbox One, but you can also play them and emulate them on like the handheld, which would be freaking amazing because the Vita already looks amazing when it plays games on its own and when it emulates the PS4. So it'd be super easy for the Nintendo to do this because Vita is 4 years old now. So like an updated version of that would look even better. I mean, even the Wii U gamepad looks better than the Vita tuning. Yeah, it must. I haven't really compared it. But I'm sure
because
the Wii U gamepad is nicer. So they can do really well with this.
yeah, like the power's got to be there, but I think the cool thing is like Nintendo's got this. I don't know if you've been keeping up on any of their patent stuff that's been in the news, but they have a patent. They have a patent on supplemental computing devices.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, when you're on the go, you have X amount of power, let's say, in the device, and obviously it takes a lot less power to push out a screen that's going to be that size, like the pixels for a screen that size, versus like something that's got to go to a big screen television or something. Mm-hmm. But you have whatever power you include in the NX handheld, whatever you want to call it, the portable, and then you plug it into the dock, and it's got all this extra power that it can get access to increase it for the.
You disappeared for a second. Can you...
Oh shit! Did I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was okay with me.
What?
Like, Kevin's still there for me.
He's back now, but he was gone, right? He was gone?
So.
He wasn't gone?
I don't think so.
Maybe it's my connection. I don't know.
Shame on you.
Either way. But yeah, no, I think it would be really cool. You know, you put however much power they can, like however much they can put into that handheld unit.
Yeah.
Make it as strong as they can possibly go on that.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, you have one game and it plays on either, depending on whether you're docked or not. But when you're docked, you now have access to all this additional computing power from the dock.
The only thing is the price point. I think that they're almost going to have to separate it to an extent. Pardon me?
That's the trick, yeah.
I think that they have to go a little bit higher than what the new 3DS XL is. I think that they can go about $250. I think that they should have two packages, as strange as that you're already dividing your market, but fuck it, we're going to go with this for now. One of them is just the handheld at $250, and then with the NX console portion, have that maybe $100 more. I don't think that they can go higher than $350. Honestly, I'd prefer them to just go $300 for everything, but I think that's a little unrealistic too.
They don't like having like high priced consoles anyway. Like when the Wii U came out, I think what was it, 300, 350, I think at most.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm hoping that they kind of go that route and maybe even package it with a game at the beginning. As crazy as that sounds, I just think that like they've just lost a lot of people on consoles, and they're already going to be pissing off to an extent the Wii U adopters because it's like 4 years and we're already gone. I personally am completely fine with the library that they've created for the Wii U because it's fantastic for the 4 years that it was out. But
first party.
yeah. Only first party. God.
First party plus Bayonetta.
Yeah, pretty much.
But technically, it's considered first party, I guess now. Well,
is it?
Well, I mean,
it's kind of like Xenoblade and Wonderful 101, right?
Yeah, it's third.
Yeah, those are third.
Yeah.
Zombie U.
That's not exclusive anymore, though.
Just like a real quick little thing, just it'll only take me like 20 seconds. But I was going to say, I have a feeling that the NX launch lineup is going to be insane.
Well, it's going to have the new Zelda. So that alone, I think that has a chance of selling the system. That's the only thing that they haven't done for the Wii U.
Definitely sell the system, I think.
If
the Zelda game's like amazing, I feel like it definitely should sell the system.
I think Zelda. I think the new Zelda will be a launch title for sure for NX. I know everybody seems to think that. I think the new 3D Mario is going to be a launch title as well.
Galaxy 3 and or I'm saying Galaxy 3, but imagine Super Mario 64 2 and the new Zelda game, and they fuck off with the Wii U. Well, I don't think they can fuck off with the Wii U version of Zelda because people angered, but they're gonna be like, well, it would look better on the NX type of thing. So I think that if they had Zelda and Super Mario 64 2, that would, I don't know.
That would be insane. I would love that so much. And then you follow that up like a month later or something with like an actual proper, Metroid or Animal Crossing or something like
Yes.
that.
Oh
And
my
they
God.
would-
Animal Crossing, a new Animal Crossing for consoles would be like Nintendo can do this if they really think about it. And then especially if they put Metroid like rated M or something, like if they just really show that we're able to do. I think that they need to have their kids stuff, but also they need to do mature stuff. I think exactly. I think that they really need to show that they're ready to support all audiences again, and they can totally do it. They do Zelda and Galaxy or Mario at the beginning. Work on Animal Crossing because everybody loves that and it's really addictive and it's good for kids too. And then have like a Metroid for like rated M and just maybe a few other.
I would love it, even if they didn't do it like a side-scrolling Metroid, even like another Metroid Prime. Like I would instantly buy the NX4.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking. I think there'll be a Metroid Prime or something similar to the Metroid Prime sort of Metroid games. I think there'll be one very early.
Yeah.
Not necessarily right at launch, but maybe late launch window. The other thing is Pikmin 3. Like, they've said Pikmin 3 is basically done. So, if that game
Pikmin
hasn't
4?
launched... 4. Sorry, 4.
Okay.
If that game is basically finished and they haven't launched it, my guess is it could be potentially early NX as well.
Oh man, that'd be insane. That'd be an insane lineup. If that wouldn't work, I don't know what else. Like Nintendo can't do anything to come back, type of thing. Like
Nintendo's potentially sitting on several games that you would think have been in development for a long time, like a 3D Mario and the new Zelda are obvious. Like they have to be. But really, a Metroid is kind of obvious too because they haven't done one in so long. And Animal Crossing as well. And
Animal Crossing, especially because of how well it did on the 3DS, and we haven't had a console Animal Crossing since the Wii, so we're due. Like they have chances. It just depends on what the NX actually is.
Yeah, if it's a console handheld hybrid, then Animal Crossing makes even more sense.
Yeah.
I'm rather hoping if it's a handheld and console cross. I'm really hoping they put a cellular connection into it as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think it would be awesome if it had 3G. For some of the games that aren't necessarily really data heavy, like things like Animal Crossing would be phenomenal on a 3G connection.
Okay, yeah, I guess. It just didn't really work that well for the Vita.
Yeah, but you would have. I guess you use it if you want it, but you wouldn't. Or maybe they could make like a dongle or something that would enable 3G.
Okay, yeah, that might work.
Although I hate dongles, I'd rather just have it built into the system. Great word, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, this seems like a pretty good place to end it. Yeah. Talking about the NX was a good idea. Good job. Got back on track to games.
Yeah, I always want to talk about the NX. I can't wait to find out for like something concrete. Like just give us something.
I hope to find out like months down the road it's gonna end up being like something like we didn't even imagine it was gonna be.
Yeah. I would love for it to be just some like crazy curveball that nobody saw coming and everybody's just like, wow, like mind blown.
I'm trying to think of what that could be though.
Zelda.
Holograms.
I gotta look through like cell shit. It'd be like all 3D now.
Everybody's always held on to that whole hologram thing.
Virtual reality. We're going with holograms everywhere.
Yeah.
That would be insane. That'd be insane. Because then you can actually you have to put on a suit so you can actually interact with it and stuff. Okay, that's just too crazy. Like this, like Tron.
Too far.
You get into the game.
Yeah,
you wear one of those like tracking suits that has like 1,000 like little bulbs on you. Yeah, and just like moving around in the game.
Every NX comes with an Ant-Man suit.
Yeah. Oh my god. Still priced at like $350 because Nintendo doesn't want to charge crazy. Alright.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I'm good.
All right, well, that's a good spot to end it. So thank you all for watching. Sorry about the chat not working. We'll see if we can fix that out next time
Mhm.
around. I don't know what the hell. It's stupid. Anyway,
See ya.
talk to you later, everyone.
See you in 6 months.
Ciao.
Very true.